Hello.
Hello.
Wait, I'm gonna put my mic to.
Okay,
Can you hear me?
I
Probably
can hear
yes.
you. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly. Very well. Da, 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 da. Getting ready after the stream, after starting the stream.
That's fine.
This is the
We're
first time. This is the first time this is ever happening. Normally, I'm very prepared. Okay. Let me change. Okay, I guess it's better right now. Can you hear me? Wireless microphone.
I can hear you.
Okay. Okay, I think it's working. Okay, let me share the stream. I guess
Okay.
we haven't shared it in the group chat. How are you doing? How are you? How things are going? I saw
I'm
your
doing.
schedule. You have a little bit busy schedule these days.
Yeah. Always grateful. Always grateful.
Amazing.
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Like this week was a little bit tough for me for different reasons, but in general, I think I'm doing well. Things are great, internally, especially.
Okay.
But yeah, sometimes I'm just like questioning things a lot. But other than that, I think I'm better than the other months that I experienced this year. So things are going well, but it's not always very easy. But it's actually going well. When I look at it like from a meta level, I think things are moving. I have motion. Also don't have any motion. The current algorithm is like uh making me question myself a lot because I don't know. My account had more like views and engagement, but right now I feel like I'm invisible.
Oh yeah, same. The algorithm changed a lot, and I think everybody's
Yeah.
experiencing this. So
And it's changing every week. Like one week I'm invisible, the other week I'm getting so much engagement than usual. It's like always changing. Confusing. It's very confusing. But yeah, welcome to Little Big Market Stream, Marianne. We saw
Thank-
each other. We met in real life. We met actually for the first time in Kuala Lumpur, and she came to me and said that I look like an Instagram Lebanese Instagram influencer, and I was really looking like her actually. Let me open the picture.
Oh yes, please. By the way, I think you're one of the few people that I met in real life in this space before meeting them online. So
Oh,
this is
really?
yeah.
Nice.
I meet most of people online before.
Mostly online. You meet mostly online and then meet them in real life, I guess.
Exactly.
Hmm. Mine is mine. I think mostly I met people online and then meet them in real life too, if I vibe with them. But in events, I'm meeting with people, but maybe I'm not. When I meet them in real life, I don't feel like as connected as I meet them online. It's very
Really?
strange. It's very strange. Like if I know someone online and had a connection, like I know them from group chats or have an interaction with, and been interacting for a while, I feel like I'm already friends with them and I know them. And then when I meet them in real life, they become my like my people. Like, oh, okay, like these
Yeah.
are my people right now. These are my best friends. Like, I feel like that. But when I meet with in real life, it just like takes time to. It's very strange. It's very interesting. But mostly for the like for but it depends on the context too. For example, if it was like in a place like Kuala Lumpur was created where these events are created, meet them in that kind of curated events or like in conferences. It's not even like a conference. It was like a few days event. So if it's like that, I feel more connected too, because like I don't know the like I'm meeting with this person, but I don't know the vibe, like how this person is online, or like what is he doing, or she's it's mostly he, by the way. I don't feel like this for girls. It's actually I'm actually talking about guys. It never happened for girls when I think about it. Yeah. I was finding the picture. I'm distracted. I'm
I think
almost there. Wait.
I think you've sent me the picture on Telegram, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, but I think
Wait.
yeah, I found it. Let me see.
Exactly the same as this Lebanese influence. I was like, this was the first conversation we've had. I was like,
Yeah,
hi,
she
I don't know you, but you look exactly like an influencer from my country. It's actually crazy. And this is how our friendship started.
yeah, this is how our friendship started. Yeah. It was really fun. I met like really nice people in
Same,
Kuala Lumpur that I never seen in my life, in online too. And it
right?
was really nice.
It
I
was
had
awesome.
really fun.
I think it
It was
was
a
one of,
really interesting experience. Kuala Lumpur was like, I think, always going to be the most significant part of
yes.
my life. But experience, one of the experiences in my life, because like I got laid off when I was in there, and I was like, okay, then I'm gonna go full time content creator. I'm gonna just like focus on. I was like really confused, but I was also feeling so freed, and always like nervous. I just talked for the first time in a stage in Kuala Lumpur, and it
Really?
went really well. Yeah,
Oh my
it
God.
was so interesting, and I was like, I was really confused because I was always thinking like I afraid of stage. Like I was thinking I can't be able to do this, but I did this. So what does it mean? It was really interesting for me. So yeah, let's go
That's
back to
awesome.
you. This stream is about Marianne, and we're gonna get to know what Marianne is doing. She's building something about community, which is like the most interesting thing for me in the space. And we will talk about Kiwi and how she built her personal brand. I know a little bit, like I watched Jessie's stream. I studied her for a while and stalked her, get in her spaces, listened to her. So for the people who don't know you, do you want to introduce yourself very
Of course.
long and give a little bit of your lore, how you get involved with crypto space? But that's the second question. Introduce yourself first,
Of course.
please.
Nice to meet you if we haven't met yet. Obviously, my name is Marianne, and I'm from Lebanon, born, raised, and based. And basically, I work on community building a lot. This is my entire personality trait. I run a company that does community. We do things very differently, and we are setting a new standard in Web3 and outside of it. All types of online communities. We work on retention, which is the most overlooked part of a marketing funnel. And so marketing and community building specifically is my obsession. And I'm pretty active on X as well. I have a personal brand there. And so this is what I do all day, work on my brand and work on Kiwi and basically mix and match both of them.
Amazing. How did you get in the space and see the value in here? I know that you have an interesting story.
It's a very random, it's a very, I got into Web3 in a very random way. I don't know if anybody here knows Clubhouse, but it's basically the same concept as Spaces. It was an app based entirely on audio, on live audio, and you couldn't even DM people. You would just open a room, either raise your hand or create your own and talk about things. And so while I was there, I used to talk about different things. I used to speak in Lebanese. I used to connect with the Arab people. I wasn't like international like now. And we used to talk about social issues, not even crypto. I didn't even know much about crypto back then. I was trying to look for a part-time job because things in my country were bad. There was a huge financial crisis. There was a lot of political issues happening, and I wanted to leave the country. And so, one of my friends from Clubhouse, from the social issues side of Clubhouse, helped me find a part-time job. because I wanted to apply abroad and I didn't want to bother my parents and family with money. And so this part-time job ended up being at a marketplace that was trying to build they were trying to build an NFT marketplace. And I was like, "What do you mean? What's an NFT? I don't even know what that means." This was back in 2021. And I learned everything about it, discovered that the whole community's on X, got extremely obsessed to the point where I quit university. I quit the other company as well. Um, and we went all in into crypto. And this is how I discovered community building, because I tried to mint an NFT from a project that somebody told me, like, this project's cool. And it ended up being a scam. And I was like, wait, I don't want people to go through that. I have a good skill at building communities. I used to do that at Clubhouse and outside of crypto. And I got into it. And this is my story.
Very cool, very based. Quit her job to full time fixing the communities and building communities online.
Indeed.
Amazing. So, my first question is about Kiwi. Like, it's very interesting. And I wonder how you do things with Kiwi, like how Kiwi works and what Kiwi focuses on about in the context of communities and how it started. How did you started to build it?
So basically, as I said, I've been working on community building since 2021, full time. Community building in Web3. I used to build offline and online communities outside of Web3 before that, before I even knew I was building communities. It was my obsession. I was always building small communities and clubs in my school. And then, I don't know. I was born with that passion, I guess. But then, when I started working on community building in Web3, I always noticed a huge gap and a huge problem, which is there isn't much really good community managers. And the way that communities are built and retained and engaged is really bad, because you get into a Discord server and the only activity that you see is either a quest for people to go and earn a few dollars, or Gartic or Royal Rumble, and few announcements. And then the team asks the community manager, why does no one care about what we're doing? Because there's no good retention. Everything is very generic. There's just announcements. People feel like they're just an extra number in this community. They don't feel like they're taken care of, like they should. So this is what Kiwi does. First of all, we fixed the issue of training community managers. We hire people for every single client that we have. So every client that works with us have their own community manager, their own community management assistant. We don't have like one person on multiple clients, because it removes the quality. I can't see I'm being able to be focused on 5 different projects at the same time. And then the next issue is personalization. We help companies connect with their members on a one-on-one, basically sending them DMs from the company account one-on-one, getting them into group chats, having calls with the community members one-on-one, an hour, up to an hour each, just understanding who they are, why they like this project, how did they get in, what's their feedback, and then pushing them to create their own activations as community members without incentivizing with money. Because when you're paying people money to post about you, you're only renting their attention. But when a person really loves what you do, they're going to post about you without you asking them, without you paying them. And they're going to post about you because they feel like they're adding value to your ecosystem when they're creating content about you, and they're helping their own account, they're helping themselves by posting about you. So it's a win-win. And so our system is pretty complex, but this is like a little summary that we focus a lot on relationships and human connection.
So the retention means in here making people feel connected to the product and then basically naturally make them come back and use the product. Yeah, that's true. And have you ever, like, you're also building a personal brand on crypto Twitter? Like, does it this company you're building started with it, or it just like leads to it, lead to it?
So basically, I have had my brand before I had Kiwi. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, yeah, basically it's a mix of both, because I create content to teach people about Kiwi, and then
Mm-hmm.
when we're working at Kiwi, I utilize my brand a lot. So it's both. It's a bit of both, if you want, because sometimes I support some of our clients on my brand. I use it as an example. This is how I hire people. Every like a lot of people think that when I say like I'm looking for CMs and whatever, they think I'm engagement farming. But every single person I've hired was from Crypto Twitter, was from CT, was from those posts. So but I just can't respond to everybody. So a lot of people think I'm engagement farming. Because like every client that we have, I make a post. There's 300 people that respond. I only need two, so I can't really
Mm,
respond to everybody. But yeah, it's a mix of both. They both support each other.
nice. So for you, what does a community healthy? What are the main aspects and main like pillars that makes a community healthy, and that you can tell that the community is functioning and healthy and this product is a strong community?
A community, the first sign that a community is healthy is a community that is doing stuff for you as a product without you asking them to do anything. So I like to call it a self-sustaining community. So
Mm-hmm.
if you always have to pay people or incentivize people to talk about you or help you out or run their own activations, you don't really have a community. You have people who are waiting. You have an audience that's waiting for you to reward them, and then they're going to do the thing for you. This is not a community. This is not a community at all. You attracted the wrong people. But a healthy community is people that are defending you when you're not here. They are trying to help you improve your product even when you're not asking them to do so. They're recruiting their friends. So you as an example, like now you talked about Cat Lumpur and you said that this was one of the best experiences you've ever felt in your entire life. You are not paid to say that. You were not paid to say that. The experience that they made you feel, because you were able to feel so many emotions. You were like, "Oh my god, this was such a great event." There's still Cat Lumpur group chats on Telegram running. There's still people. Last time I went into the group chat and I said Cat Lumpur was peak life. Everything went downhill from there. I wasn't paid to say that, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
just a really incredible experience to the point where people still post about Cat Lumpur till today. So this is what a healthy
Yeah.
community is. People just mention it and talk about it in front of their friends. Like now, you might have recruited if the people that are listening to us might be like, "Oh, Jupiter does great events. I'm gonna go and see what they're up to." You recruited people to that because you're a community member that loved what they did. So this is a good community. It's people who are genuinely interested in what you're doing and not just interested in the money that you're gonna give them.
And another question, like, what is the, from your experience, without naming names, what is like the ugliest experience, ugliest pattern that you have seen in projects? Like, it can be about how they treat community, how they see their community.
Basically, there are a few aspects that make an experience really ugly that I've experienced, and I have friends that have experienced it. First of all, when they treat you, when they only request things from you and they don't give you anything back. So they just post about the project, they get you in the Discord, and then they post announcements, ask you to like their posts, ask you to mint something, to buy a token, and then they're not giving you any sort of value. The product isn't even ready. They're not even listening to your feedback. They're not talking to you. The team thinks that they're cool because they're busy, and they think that if they don't talk to the community, that they're gonna feel like, oh my god, these are so cool, I'm gonna buy whatever they do. So this is the first. It's really terrible when a lot of people do that. They just disappear. They post one announcement a month, and then they expect, like, they're like, oh, why do I have so many people putting the poop emoji on my announcement? I mean, you're not even talking to those people, and now you're asking them. I always give an example. You're gonna like that one. Let's say you're talking to somebody and this person wants to date you, right? They take you on a date, they give you your favorite flowers, they take you to their favorite restaurant, they give you the best experience of your life, and then they ghost you. And then 2 weeks later, after not talking to you, 2 months later, after not talking to you ever, they made you live the best date of your life, and then they never spoke to you. They're like, "Oh, hey, are you ready to meet my parents?" You're like, "Who is that creep? Why is this? Why is this?
That's my type.
Who is this sick dude that took me out and then ghosted me?"
Literally me.
no one wants to meet my parents, you know?
Yeah, that's
Imagine.
actually it's nice. It's a nice example.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like most people would block that person's ass and be like, "Don't talk to me ever. You're creepy. You're sick in your mind. What are you trying to do?" Right? So there's no consistency. They farm you for points and then they don't give you anything else. They lie to you. They're not transparent. So, but yeah, mostly they think you owe them everything, and then sorry, they think you owe them everything, and then they don't give you anything back. So that's crazy to me.
And I think the interesting aspects of it too, like not showing yourself or showing up for the community and etc. I think there's an event side of it too. Not going to the events, not showing up in events, meeting with people actually, or just like, yeah, being distant and not actually meeting with people in the ecosystem, building relationships, but expecting everyone to buy your NFT for
True.
some reason on crypto Twitter. So yeah, what do you think about the events? Like how much they important? Like because I think I was also talking with Chris last week. I was pro events person, but right now I don't think like every event is matter in terms of it's great to meet with people, partying, have fun, but in terms of like for creating a real value and return of investment, I think not all of the events are very important, but some of the events very much, especially if you're building a project or if you're a chain. So in terms, I think it's very important for building trust. What do you think?
So I think it depends on how the company
And
shows
there's
up.
another aspect too. Like for example, not everyone be able to go in
Mm,
to every event. For example, US or ECC in Europe, if they don't
true.
have a visa or they can't get any visa. So there is other aspect too, like uh, because most of the people sees events as a context that you should go, must go if you're doing something in the space and be present in the main events. And if you're not, oops, I think
Uh-oh.
I'm back.
You're
Okay.
back.
So there's another aspect too, which is not very fair. So yeah, what do you think about it?
So I think so there are multiple ways to think about that. If you're trying to think about ROI in terms of money, I don't think it's gonna get you like that much money. It depends. I'm not trying to generalize, but based on what I've seen, it's gonna get you brand awareness and trust and community building more than just direct revenue.
Mhm.
Um, for example, one example is Pudgy Penguins at Cat Lumpur. We've seen so many people buy little Pudgies just because they loved the experience and how the team was treating everybody, right? I came back to my country with an entire suitcase of merch and gifts from the Pudgy team. It was crazy. There was events, side events every single day. They were offering people food all the time, merch all the time. So it depends on how the experience that you build looks like. Because if you're just going and paying $10,000 for a booth and you just have your CEO go and give a talk and then everybody leaves, it's not worth much. It's just, I mean, you can pay $500 and have somebody interview you and people clip you and that's it. You don't need to go and speak for $10,000 or $70,000 in front of people. But if you're doing it like Pudgy, and I'm using Pudgy as an example, but there's many more that also provide really great events and side events. If you give your people a really good experience, it's worth it in terms of like community building. Now, regarding the people that can join, I think here projects should do a good job at researching where their community is based. Like if they don't have anybody in the US, it doesn't matter if they go and have an event in the US, or they can go and have people from the US meet them. So it has pros and cons, but for example, if you have a really huge community in Asia and you go and run an event in Asia and make people feel like, oh yeah, we're coming here, we're doing this event to meet everybody, I think they're going to appreciate it for sure.
It depends. Why am I experiencing this? Okay, so what do you think about like what turns people in a group chat from strangers to a community members? Like what is happening in the group chat, in the group chat context? Like
Basically,
something magical happening in group chats, I think. And what do you think it is happening? How would you describe it?
it's basically an experience, just like IRL events, but online. You have people that you're talking to every day. Like imagine there's a founder that's sharing, I don't know, their favorite coffee. You're gonna connect with them at a different level because you're able to talk to them. You're able to know what these people are doing. You're able to get into like a more vulnerable side of them. So group chats are magical indeed. It's people who share inside jokes together. It's people who are talking about problems that they're facing. There's like it's a little bit more intimate than just posting things on the timeline. And so this is where like you can create stronger bonds with people because you would share that you spilled your coffee on your clothes and laugh with people on a group chat, but you wouldn't post that on the timeline. So you can share deeper stuff. You can share more critical information. You can ask for deeper feedback without worrying about people just fighting you on the timeline. So you can build deeper relationships, and there's a little bit more trust when the environment is a little smaller than just the public.
What do you think changed in like especially in crypto Twitter? Like how was that? And because I'm observing so many different changes in different contexts, maybe it's also like I think it's about bear market, but it's also about the people tired of some stuff, and some people are leaving the space, some people are staying and navigating or like choosing something else
True.
to do. And how do you observe what is happening? And this is such a general question. um, so how do you observe like in the community, especially in the community context, like how active the communities are on crypto Twitter, and how it changed and how it became the thing that it became right now? Like how was that and what it became right now, basically? How do you observe what is happening in terms of communities? It can be in the NFT, because like the community is coming from NFT communities. They weren't any community before NFTs. It's really like strongly tied together. Even if a project wants to build a community, they mostly associated with an NFT collection, and they launch an NFT collection to have a community. So it's very tied together, and it's like NFTs are. You also had a space today. Like, what do you think NFTs? Like, what's gonna happen with NFTs, and what's gonna happen with communities? What was happening and what is happening right now?
So I think there's a very clear and obvious image that is forming right now. So a few years ago, people had a lot of hope because there was like an insane bull market in NFT specifically. Then after that, after the NFT bull market, there was the meme coins bull market and super cycle. So people had hope that okay, if I trust one person out of 10, this one investment is going to make me a lot of money. With time, we have learned that most of the projects and most of the founders are failing. And I say this with a lot of love to those who actually fail, not much love to those who rug and leave. But people, so now people have a lot of trust issues that they did not have before. They're like, okay, I've tried buying 50 different projects, none of them actually made me money. Are you actually worthy of me betting on you one more time? So people are noticing that okay, NFTs are not really going up right now. If they're joining, they're mostly joining for the vibes and not really expecting to make any money, which could be good, but it's also like crypto, as much as we try to like make it this fairy tale and cool place, people are here for the money at the end of the day. People are in any industry in the world. Of course they're passionate, but they're trying to make money. They need to live, they have bills to pay, they have food to put on the table. So there's a lot of trust issues because founders are most of the times not able to over deliver to the expectations of CT. And partly CT is partly a little bit, sometimes, not all of them, of course, but there's a lot of entitlement that, oh, I'm going to pay $100 one time and I'm expecting this founder to make me $1 million tomorrow. So there's a lot of expectations from one side, but there's also insecurities because founders were not able to like deliver on their promises most of the times. Um, so yeah, I think there's the main problem is we moved from a state of hope to a state of a lot of trust issues. So now you're guilty until proven otherwise.
Hmm. Yeah, that's so true. Guilty proven otherwise. But I think I think this expectation cause of like people were doing so much money when they entered the space for the first time in 2021. Like they
Sure.
weren't expecting that making this much money by putting just a little money. And right now it's just like the standard for everyone probably. Even for the people who are working in this industry. Like doing the bare minimum and just getting the maximum amount of money from the company according to
Sure.
my observation. And it's for me too, like it was like that because like when I entered the space it was like everything was like um boomed, not like it wasn't like a normal job or not, like yeah, everything was actually boomed and inflated. Yeah, that's the right word. Everything was inflated, so everyone's expectation is um still the same, still like this, that set the standards and everyone is expecting that right now, even if we're in a bear market or we're in a different position. What do you think about the industrial, like people, the industrial adoption is the thing right now, and things are getting more like institutional, getting more serious, and the whole vibe. Were you in Solana Breakpoint?
No, I was not.
It was like so interesting. It was like so institutional, but it was the best, like it was the best conference that I've ever been, I can say, because it was like I feel really okay. I put I don't know, I came here, I put my energy on it and I put my money on it and I get the maximum amount of like connections, fun, and like learning. It was something like that. It wasn't like I went there, have the party, and come back, which is like most of the time. Not fudding Ethereum, but
No, no,
most
I
of
know.
the time conferences were like that for me. It was like my first Solana conference, and Solana was like me. Like I had that impression for me because like it was the meme coin cycle happened, and everyone is a creator in Solana ecosystem. I wasn't expecting being in a very serious context, so whatever. But it was really serious and like institutional vibes. So how do you think space gonna change? Because right now I think it's more like organic communities and building from ground up, from crypto tweet. People are hiring from crypto Twitter. And then how do you think this institutional adoption and getting more institutional and mainstream gonna change how communities going to be seen by these institutions adopting crypto? Is it going to be like a mainstream marketing, um yeah, a stream of marketing, just a stream of marketing, or is it going to be something more important and they take serious because it's like very endemic to crypto, because there is no other community that is existing in any other sector or context that is so unique to this context. It's both like it's very strong because people mostly, if you're in the same community or group chat, people are trading together, making money together, have same kind of language. They're using the same language in different sub communities. They have their own memes, their own NFTs. They have entirely their different like language and memetics, and this is very unique to crypto. It's not happening in anywhere else. And I think it's very interesting. But what do you think about how institutions or this institutional adoption and institutionalization process gonna change what is happening with communities?
I think it's so just a small note. Anything that I'm going to say is just a personal assumption and personal
Mm-hmm.
observations. I don't have any information on how things are going to turn out to be. But the way that I imagine things to be is that, so first, if you notice, there are a lot of institutional announcements that if we had those announcements in 2021, for example, I'm going to give you an example. There's a congressman that changed his PFP into a pudgy penguin a few months ago. If this happened in 2021, you would have noticed the pudgy NFT pump like 5 ETH in one day, if not more. Now it barely moved. Maybe it didn't even move, right? And so, first of all, there's a people the behavior of the traders and the people in the space changed a lot. So there's a lot of very good news that are happening, but it's not really affecting the price of the NFT itself. It's benefiting the company in itself more. So
Hmm.
if you
Very
think about,
important. Very
yeah,
important point.
we always were talking about mass adoption in retail. There is retail now. There's WAP that's partnering up with USDT and giving you yield, uh, an APY on if you have like crypto earned through WAP. So this is like huge. You have institutions and governments investing in crypto. You have I don't know, luxury brands that are authenticating their pieces. I was talking about that on Space today. Pinko, the
Mm-hmm.
luxury brand, they give you an NFT that's basically your bag, your purse that you got um, on a chain just because you own it. So there's a lot of adoption that's happening, but it's not really affecting prices anymore. But it is retail. Retail is here. Retail is coming. It's just not affecting us the way that we thought it would. And I think it's because not everything is on CT. Things are getting more corporate in a sense. And there is going to be a break out of CT at some point. So it's going to be so. This is basically when crypto goes mainstream. We're not going to be using the word crypto anymore. We're not going to be using NFT. We're not going to be using those very technical terms like seed phrase and whatever. It's just going to be there. You're going to be using it without noticing that you're using it. Like right now, you're using a website. You don't really know what JSON file or HTTP or HTML or what language code people are using. You're just using the internet. This is how crypto is going to become. So we just gotta learn how to adapt and be a mix of Web 2 plus Web 3 together and try to be more present on multiple platforms and in multiple places. So it's not going to be just the CT bubble anymore. It's not going to be this we are so early place anymore. So just need to get a bit more corporate, in my opinion.
It's time to say goodbye, friends, to Crypto Twitter.
I mean,
It's
you have
time.
to notice that most people now are just
Very
dabbling into.
sad, but true. You were saying something.
Yeah, I mean, most people who are active on crypto are now vibe coding and present in the AI space. They are integrating the blockchain, but it's not just CT anymore.
Mm-hmm.
X is an amazing platform, so I'm not saying just get out of X. I still use X as my main platform, but it's just gonna be a mix of like tech Twitter, and not just crypto Twitter on its own, maybe. But I might be
Mm-hmm.
wrong, so I don't know. It's just my personal assumption.
Mm-hmm. I think the example was so good. Like, you're just using websites, you don't know the language. It's the same with vibe coding too. I'm just vibe coding, but I don't know which like language it's using. I don't know. Someone is asking me, my like tech bro friends. I have no idea. I don't know, bro. I just vibe code it.
Right?
It's gonna be the same probably. It's not gonna happen that fast maybe, but probably it's gonna be the same because like
There is
in the
something that
first days.
there is something that happened that we did not notice, but like a few years ago, to launch a token, you needed an entire dev team to code a token. Now you
Ah,
can just click
yes.
something on pump heart.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Yeah. I literally experienced that.
Yeah.
Like I was gonna launch a token before Pump That Fun, and everyone like made so much pressure on me, and I felt so retarded because I couldn't do it. And then a few months later, Pump That Fun happened, but I haven't launched it. Like, because I got so
Thank
afraid, like, what's gonna happen if I launch this and everyone rug and get angry at me.
God.
I was afraid. I've been always afraid of that. So yeah, that was so hard to launch a token before. I couldn't be able to do it. Like, it wasn't possible for me.
That was just one click.
Yeah, and then it become one click and NFT, not NFT, meme coin cycle started. Do you
Yeah,
think there's gonna be another cycle with completely different meta?
I hope so. I really
I'm
hope
not
so.
counting prediction markets because it's like mainstream right now. It's not like a crypto thing. It's like the only useful like product market fit for crypto right now. Especially the Phantom, that like you can bet on Phantom directly from your wallet. Um, do you think there's gonna be another meta? I hope so too. I wish. Because I wasn't expecting meme coin cycle too. I was like, it's completely over. Like, nothing's ever gonna happen. Like, it was the worst time. Do you remember, like, Terra happened, FTX happened? I was like just vibing on crypto Twitter. I was like, I wasn't expecting anything to gonna happen. And then and Solana, we were having fun in Dev Connect Istanbul. Like, there were Solana validators, and we were having fun and bullying them just because they are in Solana. And
Oh my,
Solana boomed like 2 months later, and it became the main thing. It was like always chain was always halted. Chain wasn't even working that summer. Like, Solana was completely over. Like it was a trash. And then it become the main chain that everything is happening. So we can
you
never
never,
know.
you never know.
And I'm gonna ask something. Like, you said that you need to diverse, you need to start to create content and be present in different platforms and lean on more tech side, not only crypto Twitter. What would you recommend someone who is just building their brand or building their online presence in on X or in crypto?
You mean what
What are
platform?
your recommendations? Like, who is building their personal branding or presence online? What would you recommend them? Just be an IG buddy. Go on Instagram.
Yeah,
Start to post on Instagram.
it depends on what's your goal. Like if your goal is to become like an influencer that does entertainment, I think Instagram and TikTok are good. I think if you want like serious B2B clients, Instagram and LinkedIn might be better. But Instagram, I like Instagram because everybody uses it, and like there's a very wide age range. On TikTok, it's a bit more entertainment content that works. On LinkedIn, it's too professional. I feel like Instagram is a little bit in the middle. Of
Mhm.
course, I'm not generalizing. There are people that do great businesses on TikTok and people that do fun on LinkedIn, but like not much. But yeah, I mean, YouTube is great. YouTube grows slower, but it gets you like really good results if you want conversion. So if you're aiming for like a lot of views, TikTok is the best right now. If you're aiming for clients, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube are good. I honestly, I'm saying that not out of experience. This is based on what I've heard because I'm very new on all the other platforms. I'm just mostly experienced on X, but currently I'm experimenting on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram.
What would you recommend someone who was creating on Twitter and then trying to navigate what they're gonna do in this context of crypto Twitter on Twitter?
Just keep on experimenting. Just try everything until something sticks, and then when something sticks, leave everything else and focus on it. But that's not a financial advice. But this is what I usually do. I don't like to spread myself too thin, because when you have too many things to handle, it could be harder. I'd rather have this one thing that I hyper focus on, just like Kiwi. You know, you don't have a clue how many ideas I get every single day. I get so many ideas, so many new business ideas, and I'm like, oh my god, this could make me millions. And I'm just okay. This is a sign to double down on Kiwi. I should stay focused on this one thing and keep it up until this one thing is very successful. So this is how I work. Other people do the exact opposite. So it depends on your personality. But me, I don't like to spread myself too thin. X, maybe one other platform, depending on which one works the best, and then one business, and that's it.
Have a focus. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like having like one main focus because in the age of AI right now, AI itself is a generalist. And so you won't go and hire somebody who knows a little bit about everything. If you want to hire a person, you're going to hire one person who is very specialized in one tiny thing, right? Because AI can do like the shallow general stuff. But if you want, I don't know, a KOL marketing with KOLs that have between 50 to 100 and you have to talk to them in just Chinese or just Arabic, you're going to go to a person that knows how to do that.
That's
Until AI,
so true.
yeah,
That's so true. Even like people are when they're hiring other people, they're looking at specific qualifications. Like, do you know Chinese KOLs? Can you
right.
go and talk with Turkish local trading communities? Like looking things like this, very specific things. Not like, can you manage a community on crypto Twitter? Like it's so
Exactly.
general. It's not.
Like
They're
if
looking for
somebody
specific things.
if somebody right now wanted information about general community building and marketing, they would go ask Claude. But if they wanted to
Mhm.
learn how to retain a community inside of X, they would go and talk to the person who knows that the best because sometimes AI is a bit outdated. So, yeah, this is why I like mastering one thing and being the best at that one thing rather than being mediocre at many things at the same time.
Okay, one last question. How do you choose who's gonna, maybe last two questions. How do you choose who you're gonna partner with, work with? What is your filter? How do you choose who to trust and what reputation means to you?
So, you mean who I hire or the clients that we work with?
It can be both. You can
So,
explain ways
when it
too.
comes to who I hire based on a bit based on experience because I can't just train somebody from complete scratch. But a big part of is the personality of that person. So if they're a person that like that they have a strong personality, they're good on camera, they're easily trainable, they're very like they have a drive, but they have a little less experience than somebody who has like 10 years of experience but is super lazy. I would choose the person with less experience but a better personality because at the end of the day a social role, it's not like I need somebody who knows how to code a specific language. I need somebody who knows how to talk to people and knows how to like feel with people and be emotional and know how to get the best out of each community member. So personality is very important. How much they're likable, their energy levels, how much you can trust them because you're trusting them by you're having this person hop on calls with community members. This is a huge deal. So it has to be personality traits and charisma and trust. And when it comes to clients, I mean, it has to be a team that is dedicated because if you don't do marketing on your own, who am I going to retain? Right? If you're not bringing new people, who am I keeping? We were even in the bear market, we had clients that we had to let go of ourselves. We told them, guys, we love you, but we can't keep on working with you because they weren't acquiring anyone new. So who are you going to keep on retaining if there's no new members, right? So it needs to be teams that are first very ethical, transparent, and have an actual system in place for us to be able to like engage your community. So basically, that's it.
Do you work with people you meet in events generally or through your connections? Is it happen
Mostly
online and offline?
mostly online because I
Mhm.
don't go to a lot of events. Like I do one event a year, maximum two events a year, and that's not enough because in events usually I focus on strengthening relationships that I already have. And when I
Mhm.
meet people, it's usually for partnerships more than people that I can hire. Because usually the people that go to events are people who have businesses that they're trying to like promote.
Mhm.
So we actually do find clients more than we find people to hire in IRL events. But online, yeah, we hire a lot of people online. All of the people that I hired personally were from Crypto Twitter so far.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you make new business, meet with new business partners in events, but you hire people online mostly.
Mhm.
Okay,
So
makes
far,
sense.
so far.
What is like, how do you see reputation is built in crypto, and who is actually benefiting from the current reputation systems or invisible reputation systems or mechanisms? Is it benefiting the people, or is it benefiting like an entity or outside of people outside of crypto Twitter, or like someone else, something else?
Yeah, I mean, definitely a person's reputation is benefiting them or ruining them because it takes you so much time to build reputation in crypto, and
Mhm.
one small mistake can have people go crazy on you. As you said, like you were afraid to launch a token because you were afraid like if it didn't go well, what are people gonna do? What are they gonna say? Because everything's on the blockchain, everything's very transparent. Um, if you try to lie, everybody can discover it very easily. So you need to build your reputation by basically saying no to things that are very tempting. But if you have doubt that it might be unethical, you need to have the strength to say no. And then based on experience, people either trust you or they don't. They're like, oh, Marianne worked with 123, 123 failed. Is she a rugger like them, or was she able to explain why she was with them? And this is completely theoretical and hypothetical, by the way. um, Marianne worked on that and they were successful. That's good. So, yeah, I mean, you build trust by joining experiences, and depending on the outcome that you create or get through these experiences, your reputation starts getting built. And my number one advice is try to build as many bridges as possible. Try not to burn so many bridges. I mean, I personally hate drama. I hate when people go public and hate on each other. If somebody rugged you, I mean, it's fine to say it in public, but just creating drama and fighting in public and burning bridges, if somebody like annoyed you a little bit, you go out and just try to ruin their lives. I don't think this is good for business and for relationships. Why would you want to have negative vibes with people, you know? So
Hmm.
network as much as possible, and you'll get referrals. Like if one day you made a small mistake, you'd at least have like reputable people who are defending you. It's similar to community building, basically.
Yeah, that's a very interesting. Like, someone replied to me, and there's a person who created a massive drama last year in summer about the community, and I posted something about how I posted a clip from Jesse, like my interview clip with Jesse, and it was basically saying us people are starting drama because they want attention and they want to be right. Not engaging with these people is the best. She was
Sure.
basically like, I'm just summarizing. And that person replied to the clip, and why will I not just call out people who done wrong and doing things wrong in the space? I think that's very covered, and that's like acting like a pussy, blah blah blah. And I just like said that I think we got anormal enough. We need to be more normal right now. But it's actually but it made me thought like, where is the line that we should cross? Like, okay, this is something, because I'm hearing that some people are experiencing deranged things, but they're not speaking about it. Not just because not to get attacked or get bad reputation, just because they call out someone, yeah, basically they called out someone who done something really wrong to
No,
them.
that's fine. That's fine. If
And
someone
I
really
think,
like
what
you
is the
or
line, like what are we gonna do, and in which ways we should do the things that we should do, and just not like, okay, let's forget about it, I can talk about it with my therapist, like
yeah,
saying this or doing something, taking an action to actually making something obvious in the system. I think there is like, it's a very interesting point. It
there is
depends on
intuition.
what we talk about too,
Yeah, there's
also.
intuition that comes into place as well. Like if you feel like you should talk. So to me, if somebody scammed you, if somebody really disrespected you in public, if somebody like lied about you, about something that you said, and went public and said something that you never said, or tried to rug you, or hurt you, or whatever, you can, I mean, you can talk about it, right? You can defend yourself, you can talk about it. But what I was talking about is like sometimes you just disagree with people on something, and this person would go and just start hating on you and start trying to ruin everything that you know.
Mhm.
I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it. Sometimes you can disagree with people, you can keep it private. Sometimes not everybody is gonna like you, and you're not gonna like everybody. You don't have to fight with them all. You don't have to like argue with everybody. If a team that you've invested in did something wrong that you didn't like, but you know they have good intentions and you know they're trying, but they made a mistake, you don't need to like you don't need to like be overly dramatic about it in public, right? You can go talk to them in private. This is how I like to do things. I'm not saying that other people are doing it wrong, but to me, I don't like being very negative publicly about things that I can avoid being negative about. You know, the world needs a little bit more positivity. I like to solve my issues in private. I don't care about ruining anybody's life. You know, everybody's going through shit. And sometimes people are mean, or sometimes people make mistakes or do things because you don't know what's happening in their lives, right?
Mhm.
And so I don't like to just go public about things unless somebody is like seriously a scammer or a rugger, you know? So we just need to be a little bit more empathetic with each other. Behind every account, there's a human being that is going through stuff. And maybe they're coming here and they don't know how to deal with those emotions and they make mistakes, and it's fine. It happens.
That's true. Based and true. Such a mature person. Amazing. So, yeah, I had another question too, but I don't want to take all of our time. It was an amazing conversation. Thank you for coming
Thank you so much for
and
having me.
spending time with me. Share your wisdom on communities and reputation,
Thanks
and
a
not
lot.
being an attention. But what does it called? Like,
Attention
not
seeker?
not gonna say that. Don't be an attention whore. I just said it. Don't be an attention whore, please. I'm begging you. So yeah, I really agree with not starting the drama thing in every possible opportunity, because it's also makes people think like when someone shares something really important, I just start to read it like, okay, what kind of like bullshit is this?
Listen,
Like
I'm
I'm
gonna
not I'm not even taking seriously right now, and there are some things that I should take seriously, and it's just diminished the value, like diminish the actual thing that person is saying when everyone is starting a drama on the timeline just to
I'm gonna
get
give
an
you an
attention.
example. One time I've had a person be really mean to me in the comments, right? Really mean, like very mean. They were insulting me. It's fine. It happens on the internet, right? No, you're not
Mm-hmm.
going to have every single person be kind to you. I responded with, I really hope I really hope you're having a good day, because it seems like something's like not good. I really hope you have a better day. If anything's wrong, I forgot the sentence, but it was something along the lines of, I really hope you're having a good day, with a heart. And they responded with, I'm really sorry. I was mean. It was unnecessary. It was unnecessary. I was indeed having a bad day. I was just trolling. I'm really sorry for that.
Love bomb your enemies. It works every time. You should love bomb your enemies.
I mean, it's not to be, because like as I said, you never know what people are going through. And if
That's
somebody is going low, I don't like to go to that. I don't if somebody's low, I don't like to go to that level. If somebody's
true.
insulting me online, I'm not gonna go, oh fuck you. But just sometimes I'm like, I don't understand why you chose to talk to me like that. If this is in private, I don't understand why you chose to talk to me like that. I will never insult you. And we try to solve it. And if it's in the comments, guys, I really hope you're having a good day, or whatever's hurting you, I really hope that you heal from it, or I really hope that you fix it soon, because it looks like you're a bit frustrated or a bit angry, right? And that's it. I mean, energy is so limited. Imagine spending this energy. Energy is like a bottle of water, right? This water,
Yeah.
this bottle now just has this much left. It's 8 p.m. This is probably how much energy left I have today, right? I'm not going to spend this I'm not just going to open the bottle and spill it on the floor. I'm going to drink it when I need it, right? So why go and argue with strangers on the internet, right? This is like everybody has limited
What
energy.
kind of people doing this?
Why would I argue with strangers on the internet? Like maybe they're having a bad day. Maybe this is how they enjoy dealing with people. Maybe bullying people makes them feel good. Good for you. I don't want to be associated to you. I have other things to worry about. So yeah, just spend your limited energy. Always think about energy in a cup or a bottle and be like, okay, is this worth my energy now or no? Because I'd rather put my energy into something more tangible, something that's going to benefit me, something that's going to benefit the people I love, something that's going to help me grow. So that's it. I never like drama is so useless to me. I hate it.
It was like the talk that the yoga instructor give before starting to yoga.
I learned that
Like there's a talk, like a 5 minute talk, 5 minutes talk happening before every yoga session, and she's like giving us something really wise, and I'm always like, that's so true, queen.
I
And it
also
was
learned
something like that for me.
I learned that from a mentor who's my best friend. And she was like, I used to be very, very emotional in the past. And she was like, your energy is so limited. There's only this much energy that you can spend. Think about where to spend it. Some things are not worth that much, right? She used to tell me, like, she used to draw a square and tell me, this is your brain. How much this issue is worth inside of your brain. Draw a circle inside of it. Is it worth all of your brain right now, or is it worth just a tiny bit? If it's worth just a tiny bit, just whatever, right? And so that's it. Energy is limited. Nobody has unlimited energy. You either spend it poorly or invest it wisely. And some people are a liability, some others are assets. Know which people to like give attention to.
That's so true. I'm gonna clip all of this.
I learned it the hard way, very, very hard way. So I'm pretty sure it's accurate.
Yeah, everyone is learning along the way. And yeah, it was an amazing conversation. Thank you for coming and spending
Thank,
your evening with me,
thank
late
you.
evening with me. And see you in the next one.
See you in the next one. Thank you so much for
See you
having
in
me.
your spaces. I'm gonna come and talk in the next one. I had
Let's
to leave
go.
early. Wait, you made a heart. How did you make it?
Like
Can
that.
I do it?
That's
It's not
magic.
happening.
Do you have a
How did you,
MacBook?
how did you do that?
You have a MacBook?
The camera. Yeah, I have. But
So
my camera is different.
yeah, me too. So up there, do you have a little green camera that shows up at the top of your
Oh,
laptop somewhere? Is there green? Oh, are you on Google Chrome right now? Okay, so activate the reactions. But now your voice disappeared, but I think now you can make hearts. There you go. Look at that. And you can also do a lot of things like this. And now there's, right?
wow.
There's this. There's a lot of things you can do. Oh my God.
Wow. Technology gave me
I can hear you. Yeah.
my life improved like 50x right now. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Okay, see you later then.
See
Love
you
you.
later. Thank you so much. I love you too.
Bye.
Bye.